Yeah, so I think this book is really important because we're facing one of the greatest existential threats in human history. We have, through our collective action over the last several centuries, majority, Western countries, and that's an important point in here, is that the West really kind of wrecked up a lot of the world.
If it wasn't for Mary, the world would have been almost entirely saved by China and India.
Yeah. Exactly.
India becomes like a leading techno state by the end of this, which is dope.
Yeah, they become a superpower because of all their like let's after the heat wave they just dive all in on addressing climate change and stuff, because for them
pull out
it's not it's not a theory anymore. It's going to kill us.
Yeah.
So so they have this wake up moment, but in a whole world of nihilism about climate change, this book says something very clearly. Look, not every experiment in this book is going to work. But here's the thing. They're experimenting. They're trying to make a difference. And we are unbelievably resourceful when our feet are to the fire.
Yeah, absolutely.
And they are to the fire now.
Yeah.
And you are seeing all these kind of bastions of movements of change popping up all over the world. It is not hard to find communities that are trying new forms of agriculture and carbon sequestering. You're trying... Colorado has the largest network of worker co-ops in the country.
I didn't know that, but I'm not surprised to know that either.
I actually looked into starting one a couple years back, but you have all these kinds of models and new ideas spreading. If we can keep kind of working on community power, if we can stop focusing on the individual bullshit that was like, a scientist came up with a carbon footprint, but then it was Exxon was like, yeah, let's make it about individuals so that it feels like individuals are the fault and we can keep polluting, right?
Absolutely.
And we can find ways to take all those powerful structures and disrupt, destroy, or co-opt them, as in with like the carbon coin. We can do this.
Absolutely.
We absolutely can make a better future. And the book does not end up in a place where everything is solved.
No.
They say it's going to take centuries more of action, maybe forever. But they have, at the end of the book, the carbon in the atmosphere has dropped by, what was it, 50 parts per million or something?
25.
25.
But it was dropping fast.
Yeah, and it hits its high point at like the 2030s, where things are getting really dangerous, and then it starts to go down during the end of the book, and more people have access to resources. Quality of life is better on the planet for everybody. It's not perfect. The refugees, they used that passport system from after the First World War or something. I can't remember what it was called.
I can't remember either.
But it was like this: if you have a passport and if you become a refugee, you can land in any country. There's certain quotas, but there was more than enough room for everyone in developed nations.
Yeah, and it basically acted like a world passport.
Right.
So like you had papers wherever you went.
Right. So the point is like, we made all this stuff.
Yeah.
And Kim Stanley Robinson very successfully shows us that for all the terrible things we've done, we can do some incredible things.
Absolutely. And it just starts with blowing up billionaires' private jets.
That's right.
That's what this book advocates for. And I approve of that.
I approve of that. There are no good billionaires.
There are no ethical